We, the jury, find the defendant, Otho Wallace, as follows, as to count 1 on the indictment. Guilty of the lesser included offense of manslaughter.
Now at 6, a verdict is in. Otho Wallace has been found guilty of manslaughter in the 2021 shooting death of Daytona Beach police officer Jason Raynor. The jury in Clay County deliberated for more than a day after hearing testimony and reviewing evidence since Monday. Wallace initially faced the charge of first-degree murder of a law enforcement officer, which would have carried a death sentence. Now he's convicted of the lesser charge, manslaughter, and is left to await sentencing. West 2's Haley Krummelholm shows us how those in the courtroom reacted to today's verdict.
After about 15 hours of deliberation, the jury found Wallace guilty of manslaughter in the death of Officer Jason Raynor in 2021. The jury also found that Wallace carried or used a firearm while committing it. Family and those closest to Raynor have stayed in the front bench of the courtroom throughout the trial. Some were distraught leaving after the verdict. They were quiet, some crying. They, as well as attorneys for the state, declined to speak. Wallace's family declined as well. But one of Wallace's defense attorneys spoke on his behalf.
We are unbelievably grateful for the jury's work and consideration and rejection of an offense that would result in the death penalty.
As far as what his client had to say after the verdict,
he had some questions about what he could potentially face, but he was obviously relieved at not a first-degree murder conviction.
The jury's finding that Wallace used a firearm does impact the sentence.
Because the jury made a finding that he also had a firearm when he committed that offense, he's looking at up to 30 years.
The defense asked for a pretrial investigation, which they say is when a person has not previously been convicted of a felony. The Department of Corrections can put together a report looking at their background and aspects of their life. They then give that to all parties to consider in sentencing. The judge said that hearing will take place in 60 days.
We're going to prepare and fight just as hard as we did in this entire case, and we'll see you all in a couple months.
In Clay County, Haley Krummelholm, West 2 News.